What up, guys? It's Rubin. Do you ever feel like you're this close to unlocking that one thing that you need to overcome social anxiety? Maybe you're researching and you're looking up this diagnosis and this diagnosis, or this personality disorder or that personality disorder. In this video, I want to talk about why you need to stop doing that and why the constant search is actually detrimental to your recovery from social anxiety. All right, guys, so full disclosure, I'm guilty of this as well. I used to search and search and search until I was blue in the face. And I just really wanted to know, I wanted that security of knowing what was wrong with me. Now, at one point, I was seeing a therapist. I was trying to convince my therapist that I had borderline personality disorder. I was contemplating if I was on the autistic spectrum. I was contemplating if I had ADHD. There were just so many things that I was looking up that just completely clouded my vision and took me off the path of recovery. Now, looking back, one of the things, the most crucial thing that I really needed to discover was how powerful fear and anxiety can be, and all of the different ways that intense fear and frightened parts of my personality can show up and cause problems in my life. And so I'll give you an example. I noticed that when I would talk to people, I would be talking to people, and I noticed at one point, I wasn't too self-aware at the time. All I knew was that I felt like the words weren't getting in here. The words weren't getting in. And I just felt like I didn't have the machinery to connect with people. They'd be speaking, the words weren't getting in. I'm just getting confused. I'm getting more and more anxious. And so what I did from that is I looked up, am I on the autistic spectrum? Do I have ADHD because I can't pay attention? But what I discovered, guys, these are all parts of your personality, and they stem from your fight or flight system, your reptile brain. So what happens when you're in fight or flight? Fight or flight actually shuts down your hearing. It actually shuts down your hearing so you can focus on your vision and you can focus on surviving. Now, it's just crazy for me, like looking back, to think that little piece of knowledge, of the fight or flight system shutting down my hearing, it sent me on this wild goose chase. Do I have BPD? Do I have autism? Do I have ADHD? And I'm not saying that you don't fall onto any of those spectrums. There's no disrespect intended to any mental health help that you're seeking. But a good way for you to start reframing this is, and so you can get away from these labels that keep you stuck, like ADHD. Like, the ways you can start letting go of these labels that you may be attached to is to start to view your symptoms as frightened parts of your personality. And these symptoms you have undertook these symptoms as a way to basically cope with life. So, for example, there's a big one that people are talking about now. It's avoidant personality disorder. And so one of the symptoms is needs to be liked. And it's such a general symptom, needs to be liked. But what you could start to view that as there's a part or an aspect of your personality that needs to be liked. Why did that aspect of you arise in your lifetime? Maybe that was the only way you could get approval when you were younger. Maybe that's the only way you could get loved when you were younger. Or another symptom would be like avoid situations due to fear of rejection. And you'll have this symptom. But it could be just an aspect of you, or a part of your personality that arose because maybe you were rejected, maybe you were bullied, maybe something happened in your life where you were deeply hurt and rejected, and so now this aspect of your personality steps in to avoid feeling that again. And so the good news is all of these symptoms of these different sort of disorders or whatever you're looking at, when you view them as aspects or parts of your personality, you can heal those parts. You can go to the symptom level, trace it down to what's happened in your life, down to the painful, down to the emotion, the painful experience that happened in your life, and you can go down and reprocess this so it's not causing you so much havoc. So it's not constantly being triggered in certain situations, or you're not avoiding situations in order to not feel that trigger anymore. Now, again, I'm going to say this over and over to you guys in these videos. There's nothing wrong with you. There is a higher self. There's an authentic self in your body that you need to access that can heal these other frightened parts of your personality. Now, when you learn to gain some distance from the frightened parts and you learn to choose and act in accordance with your higher self, your more authentic self, these frightened parts or these symptoms that you are looking up online will dissipate and they'll lose power over you. Every time you choose to act in accordance with your more authentic side, these lose power. So don't underestimate the power of choice in your everyday life. So guys, again, there's nothing wrong with you. You're more powerful than you think. It's just a matter of gaining the skill, developing that skill to access that power internally. So I hope you find this video helpful, guys. I hope it alleviates some of that pressure you feel that keeps you on that ongoing search. And I hope it makes you realize that the answer is inside you. Now, if you found this video helpful, what you can do is join my private Facebook group. I'll link it below the video. It's got videos just like this, videos, articles, resources. That's going to help you just smash through this thing and get to that life that you deserve. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Peace.